May I have your attention, please?
Feminism, it's truly poison.
What?
You serious?
There is a mass exodus of women leaving the feminist movement, even if unintentionally. So young women are not necessarily buying what the feminist movement has been selling. Basically, all of this has made us infertile, miserable, narcissistic, hormonally imbalanced wage slaves, and even young women who, yes, a lot of us, most of us, are still voting liberal, but they are at least experiencing the veil being lifted from their eyes in terms of what we've been told will allegedly make women happy. And Gen Z girls are feeling confused because millennials, my generation, propagandize this girl boss pipe dream and how great it would be. And Gen Z is now realizing as they're graduating from college that it sucks. So millennial conservatives, men and women, need to show grace to the younger generation, tell them that there is a better way and that it doesn't have to be like this, especially for women.
Most of them don't listen until it's too late. Just like the one in the next clip would find out the hard way.
You might have seen this Bloomberg cover from 2014 go around X. And for some background, the woman on the cover is Brigitte Adams. And back in 2014, when they released this issue, she was part of this article celebrating women for freezing their eggs and focusing on their careers, as she had done. And the article boasted about women kissing the mommy track goodbye and being able to truly have it all. I think that was the subtitle of the article. But this did not work out exactly as Brigitte and many other women had hoped. Because 10 years later, the Washington Post came back around to do an update about Brigitte specifically. And they wrote, Adams remembers feeling a wonderful sense of freedom after she froze her eggs in her late 30s, despite the $19,000 cost. Her plan was to work a few more years, find a great guy to marry, and still have a house full of her own children. But things didn't work out the way that she hoped. But then, guys, when this happened, when she ultimately decided to retrieve the eggs, unfreeze them, and try to get pregnant, none of them survived.
What do you mean by that?
Infertile, miserable.
What?
Infertile, miserable.
And the Washington Post wrote about this, saying 2 eggs failed to survive the thawing process, 3 more failed to fertilize, and that left 6 embryos, of which 5 appeared to be abnormal. That one last egg was implanted in her uterus, and on the morning of March 7th, she got the devastating news that it too had failed. Adams was not pregnant, and her chances of carrying her genetic child had just dropped to near 0.
Just like a woman.
She remembers screaming like a wild animal, throwing books, papers, her laptop, and collapsing to the ground.
What? Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Now, I have read this quote maybe 50 times now, because every couple of months it circulates online, and I get chills every single time that I read it, because this is a primal response. Like, it is a biological response. This woman screaming like a wild animal because she was lied to by the media, by academics, and by scientists who told her that she could wait and she could have it all.
Who does that?
No mommy track, no anything. She could truly have it all. That putting her career first was not a problem, that she would be happy doing this. But obviously, like in Brigitte's case, that does not always work out.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And women should know this. It should not be presented to them as a foolproof insurance policy that is guaranteed to work once they decide that their career is done, they're successful enough, and they're ready to have kids. It just does not work like that.
Nope.
Feminism, it's truly poison.
Even celebrities as big as the Kardashians.
Huh?
Kardashians.
Oh, brother.
Have spoken out about their difficult experiences with egg freezing versus what they assumed it would be. Just watch this.
No, God! No!
I had 7 frozen eggs from years ago, before Travis. When I was 38 or 39, everyone was like pushing me to do that. And most of mine didn't survive the thaw.
I mean, I don't think anybody truly actually cares.
Because eggs are one cell, and then none of them made it to an embryo.
Bruh.
The freezing of the eggs isn't guaranteed.
Stop it. Get some help.
And I think that that's like a misunderstanding, is like people do it thinking that it's like a safety net, and then it's not.
Feminism, it's truly poison.
Silence, you fool!
Unfortunately, a large number of women are going to end up just like this one did.
Prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices, but I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left. So I am going to spend the next minute screaming.
Huh?
I am going to spend the next minute screaming.
What is wrong with you?
Miserable, narcissistic,
Because that is what is going on in here.
hormonally imbalanced.
That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
What the does that even mean?
Hey, yo, what the f***?
Imagine that!
First, girl, serious advice. You need to stop making decisions and choices. Find a man in your family who is sensible and who really cares about you, and just take their advice seriously. Also, Bannon, okay, you guys are all just like really misogynistic.
What do you mean by that?
No, how do you define misogyny?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Are you okay? Like, do you want you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that?
I don't know, he's asking me to abandon feminism. It's like, do you even know what feminism is?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So you're already talking about like pornography and like no man is gonna marry. Like, yes, there are men that will marry women that do pornography, but you were also talking about how there's a lot of men that are judgmental of that. Can I please go home?
If you, yeah, no, look, if you want to leave, you can leave. I was hoping we could continue having a conversation, but...
You know, the first time in her life she was faced with like the truth of and the consequences of her actions, and...
Got him! Got him!
Clearly has no clue what she's talking about. She's been indoctrinated heavily by feminism. It's definitely
poison.
I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I hate men. I hate them all. Nobody has proven me wrong on this theory. They're either assholes out the womb, or they become assholes over time through experience. I hate them all.
What would you do with a brain if you had one?
I'm sick and tired of women being misandrous. It makes the good women look bad. It's funny how you can sit there in your $80,000 car built by men and be misandrous while we work the jobs you don't want to work. We fight the wars that you don't want to fight. And then we have to openly take the disrespect. The good women need to speak out against these women, and the good men need to pay no attention to these women.
Feminism, it's truly poison.
Was it?
Yeah, feminism is an epic fail.
Why do you say that?
We still have women who think that liberation means sexuality and just doing whatever you want. That is not liberation. That is slavery.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
That is
poison.
I mean, right now, 70% of men who are incarcerated, they're coming from single-parent homes, which means these men don't have daddies. So my question then becomes, don't we see a problem with single-parent home? What?
Most of them only realize once they've hit the wall. Just like this one. But at least she's making an effort to tell the younger ones.
So why are men afraid to approach women these days? Just look at the world that men have to exist in. If a guy mentions how nice you look, it's sexual harassment. But if he keeps quiet, it's male indifference. If he buys you flowers, he's after something. If he doesn't, he's not thoughtful. If he's proud of his achievements, he's full of himself. If he isn't, he's not ambitious. If he tries to keep himself in shape, he's vain. If he doesn't, he's a slob. If he puts a woman on a pedestal and tries to protect her from the rat race, he's a male chauvinist. If he stays at home and does housework, he's a pansy. If he lets himself be vulnerable, he's a wimp. If he doesn't, he's insensitive. If he pursues you too much, you feel like he's stalking. If he doesn't, he lacks self-confidence. You wonder why most guys feel awkward, anxious, and downright frightened when they have to approach a woman they're interested in.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
You're a medical doctor. What's a woman?
I think it's important that we educate people like you
Bruh.
about why we're doing the things that we do.
Okay. Are you going to answer my question? Can you answer the question, what's a woman?
I'm a woman, and I will ask you, which pronouns do you use?
So you give me an example of a woman, you say that you are a woman. Can you tell me,
think that
otherwise, can you tell me what a woman is?
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm a woman.
Is that as comprehensive a definition as you can give me?
That's as comprehensive as the definitions as I will give you today.
Miserable, narcissistic, hormonally imbalanced.
A few moments later.
Arambide, is that a pretty close approximation of the pronunciation?
Arambide?
Arambide. What do you say a woman is?
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Poison.
Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What the fuck?
A lot of people need therapy. And if these are our experts, then we are.
One eternity later.
Feminism, it's truly poison.
Stop it. Get some help.
All women are underrepresented in executive positions. You know where else women are underrepresented? They're underrepresented in underwater welding. They're underrepresented on oil rigs. They're underrepresented in like mines.
Alaskan sea fishing, very dangerous job.
Yeah,
construction.
You know where else women are underrepresented in murder statistics, where 6 men are killed for every 1 woman. You know where else women are underrepresented? Prisons. Men are better at many things. Women are better at some things. Good taste. That's the smartest thing you've said today.
Wow.
This equality shit that like, oh, everybody should be equal. No, there's equal opportunity to go do something.
Yeah.
And a young woman does have some opportunities that a young man doesn't have.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.